My guest is Rhonda Candy from Martha's Table. It's so good to see you again. Been
Thank
a while.
You too. Yes, it has been. Yeah.
So what's happening at Martha's?
Business is busy as usual,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of folks that they're first visitors, haven't been to Martha's before, maybe new to the entire social support system. More senior citizens. I met the most beautiful mother and baby a couple weeks ago. So the face of Martha's is evolving. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because it seems like when I used to drive by, it used to be like when I moved 17, 18 years ago, and they were middle-aged men mostly that, it just never, well, whatever the reason, but not anymore. Boy, you're right, it is changing.
Yeah.
Whole families, little kids coming in,
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. They always did visit, but the numbers are increasing. You know, people that are employed are visiting. People that are struggling to make ends meet, rents are high, foods are high, wages aren't keeping up. And that's what happens with senior citizens. You know, they're not getting increases in their pensions, and they're just needing to subsidize their income with some no-cost meals.
And nourishing meals on top of it. It's not shopping at, nothing against Dollarama, I shop there myself, but it's
Right.
not the place to do all your grocery shopping.
Right, right.
And-
No, our meals are good. We use fresh ingredients whenever possible, and we get a lot of local ingredients, so that's good for the environment as well, you know, using local
Yeah.
produce, and it's fresh.
Yeah.
And our cooks and team, they really put a lot of thought into variety, how the food tastes, what nutrition is in it, and the portion sizes. We want people to go away feeling full. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a great team. We're fortunate to have them.
For sure,
Yeah.
because you never know what's going to be available, so it's like going to your refrigerator, open up saying, what should I have for dinner, multiplied times how many meals?
About 400 a day right now.
Right, multiplied
So-
times 400.
Ish.
Yeah.
I liken it to a chef's black box challenge. You open the box and you see these odd assortment of ingredients and decide what to do with it, right? And that's what we do every day. So a lot of creativity goes into it and a lot of care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It makes a lot of people happy, not just that they walk away with a meal, but there's some companionship, there's some
Yes.
socializing.
Yes, yeah. We always have known the value of that, especially during the pandemic. We all felt the impact of isolation. So, when you don't have a lot of options financially, you're really, the isolation becomes greater. So we want Martha's to be a place where people can socialize and meet and greet friends.
Yeah, get to know people and have a network to reach out to as well. 'Cause
Yes.
it's a lonely life out there
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And we see that day after day, but it's also rewarding to see those bridges being built. People are connecting and
Right.
reaching out. So that's
Right.
nice to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
with the city, I'm sure you're aware, has declared a state of emergency for food insecurity.
Yes.
Like 1 in 3 households. I mean, I find that even after 17 plus years on what I call the front line
Yeah,
at Martha's, I think 1 in 3 is a shocking number.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. You walk down the street and you look at people, just imagine that 1 in 3 is just, so how do
Yeah.
they define food insecurity? I'm not necessarily clear on that.
Well, there's 3 basic levels, so mild, moderate, and extreme. So the higher end would be you just don't have food and you're not sure where you're going to get it for your next meal, and varying down to where you have to decide, can I get this or I can't get that? I need to, maybe have a smaller portion or skip a meal so my child can eat. So there's all different degrees of it, but
And they all fall, but
Yes.
1 in 3 people have to make those kinds of
That's
tough
right.
decisions every day.
right.
So what is the biggest challenge that Martha's Table is facing these days?
I would say with the numbers increasing of people that are using the service, having food and funds to sustain the program, because we want all those things to continue, whether it's the takeout service, the delivery program, indoor dining, with portions that are adequate, if not generous, and nutritional value in every meal. we need support. We don't get regular funding, so we're not under an umbrella agency. We are standalone. We're not supported by municipal, provincial, or federal on a regular operational basis. And so having those funds, Kingstonians are generous, and they always have been. I call that Martha's Magic. It makes me think that, you know, when there's a need, it's filled. We're not, you know, I mentioned earlier, creativity comes into play. So we don't have a lot of luxuries, but we can make do with what we've got. But that's the challenge, is sometimes that creativity runs a little short, right? You have to find ways to sustain the program, and that's a daily challenge, every day.
So maybe it's better, instead of somebody watching this and saying, oh, I'm going to sit down and write a check to. I mean, that's wonderful if they
Yep.
do, but maybe to set it up so it's a monthly giving thing, and it just goes
Right.
on, and because it's not a capital account where you're raising for one particular project. This is ongoing, and this is not
is.
going to change. And in the foreseeable future, I don't see where it's going to get a whole lot better. Things are not looking,
No,
they're just not.
it's not.
Right.
And we are kind of bracing ourselves for that anticipated future. And we're trying to be wise and strategic in how we plan. We know we need to modify our space to accommodate physically the number of people that are coming in. So we are raising funds for a capital project to make the usable space bigger.
Oh, how are you, what are you doing there? Because I know there's a limit, you got walls there, but
Yes, we do.
it's what you're going to do with those.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do?
Well, there's a dividing wall that we need to take down between two of the larger spaces, and that'll make all floor space usable. We have to have clear sight lines. We have to have ease of use. People with mobility challenges find our space a little cramped. So we're trying to get that wall down and then have everybody in one large space. So right now, we're able to use about half of the facility because of this dividing wall.
Okay.
And we
yeah.
really need the space.
Right.
So on top of the day-to-day operational expenses that are always challenging, we need to get this wall down. So it's a structural wall. Unfortunately, it's not a matter of just
Okay.
knocking down a wall. But anyways, we're working on that, and that is something that's forefront in our to-do list.
Somebody had expertise in doing something like that. That might be kind of cool, you know, if you hint, you know, say, you know what, I could help you out with that.
Right, exactly.
That
Yeah.
would be kind of nice.
I love the phrase, it takes a village. And
right.
we welcome any trade or expertise in any area, whether it's someone with marketing experience that can help get the word out, or someone that knows how to use a sledgehammer. Although I get the first swing.
Oh,
at the
you deserve it. You deserve the first swing. Make it a good one.
But yeah, we welcome that kind of collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. And what kind of challenge? Well, yeah, you need money is basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I like about Martha's is the innovation. Like, I'm still thinking about the potato chips, the free potato chips that is made with, instead of throwing away your potato peels, wash the potatoes first, peel them, toss them in the oven with a little oil and salt, and you got free potato chips. And I have been doing that, and they're good. They're
Right.
really good.
Much healthier than my favorite potato chips. They've got some nutritional content, and they're much lower in fat.
And they're Canadian content.
Canadian.
Yay, right, yeah, buy Canadian. So, but you got another one for me. This is
do.
cool. This
I
is so
do.
cool. What's this about?
Well, one of my coworkers, Kyla, in fact, when I posed this question to her, you know, what can we do with something that is normally a discard? Something that you wouldn't use, like pumpkin seeds used to be right into the trash.
Right.
Potato
anymore.
skins right into the trash.
Right.
So she came up with pickling watermelon rinds,
Oh my goodness.
right? So you can use it as a topping for a lot of things. This recipe is a sweet recipe. So you take the green off from the watermelon. So it's that white middle part that you're looking for, and leave the slightest layer of pink flesh on it. And then you're just going to pickle it, and you can use lemon, cinnamon sticks, cloves, any sweet thing that you have on hand like that. And you know, you can save it up for up to a year.
Oh my goodness.
Use it as a topping.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, this sounds wonderful.
Right. So
and it costs like, well, you probably have the stuff on hand. It's,
Yeah.
it's virtually free.
yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
It's not the right time of year for pickling vegetables, but it's watermelon season's coming, so
And they often put them on as a loss leader.
Yes.
The watermelon, so grab one and
Yeah.
give this a try. You know, I'm just thinking, I've got an empty jar I haven't tossed yet, and it was from pickles, so it's a big jar
Oh,
from sweet
perfect.
pickles. Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna
upcycling that too.
I'm gonna
right?
try that, really, yeah. So if somebody wants to donate some money, and I hope they do, or what else? Money,
Volunteer.
volunteer.
Volunteer your
buy a
time.
Volunteer,
Yeah.
do some fundraising idea, something
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
How can they get a hold of you?
They can call us at Martha's Table, 546-0320. They can send us an email and stop in. We're right at the Princess and Nelson intersection, so right in the Midtown area. Just come on in and ask how you can help. We'd love to show people around. Our space is great, but we're trying to make it more functional. See what we do, how we do it, and you know why we do it, but see how it happens. But you know, we can take e-transfers, send in a check. There's a lot of different ways that you can donate.
And if you can take down a wall.
If you can take down a wall, call me.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you again.